we're back with Whiskey Weenies Wednesdays, and our next guest is out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and he has 8 wins, 4 nominations. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew B.
Yeah.
All right.
Woo!
Andrew, how's it going?
Going great. How are you doing?
We're doing, man. We're doing good. We're doing really good. Thanks for coming on the show with us. We really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. The only thing is I'm not out of Calgary right now. I'm actually out of Toronto.
Out of Toronto? But you were born in Calgary, right?
Absolutely. Yes, I was born in Calgary in the previous century, which just pisses me off.
Andy got a kick out of the fact he was talking about there was a wrestler that he grew up watching and stuff that was out of Calgary. Edge, you ever hear of Edge?
No. There was another guy, I can't remember him, that I used to follow, but I haven't watched wrestling for so long.
Yeah, this guy was like, I think he was, there's rumors like he was the, what was it, Andre the Giant's son or something was the rumor?
Who, Edge?
Edge.
No.
That's what the rumor was.
I thought that was the Giants rumor, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Who are we to say? You know,
I saw Andre the Giant
I
in Calgary when I was probably 6 or 7.
well, that's really cool.
Somebody took me, and my mother had a heart attack, of course, because wrestling was for the low people, right? And she couldn't understand as a kid that I loved it, so she freaked out. But I have this incredible memory of this amazing human being.
I mean, he was ginormous, man. Ginormous. They say he would fart and clear a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he drank a lot, too. Like, he could drink 10 times the regular person could drink.
Let me introduce you to the guys, Andrew. We've got another Andrew here with us. We call him Double A, Andy Bear. He goes by all these things. Then we got Chad here. He goes by the Where Karen from time to time.
Karen.
Well, yeah, of course. But Chad's Chad.
But Chad's Chad. He's just Chad. But, yeah, so that's the boys we got here with us.
How you doing, guys?
Pretty excited about your project coming up.
Yeah, what's the newest one that you're working on right now? The that you just finished rapping on? It was Vampire Zombies from Outer Space. Is that what it was?
From space, I think.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
Vampire
nice.
Zombies from space.
Okay, Vampire Zombies from Space, man. That sounds awesome.
Vampire zombies.
I've seen a lot of pictures and stuff from it and posts from you, man. It looks like it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliantly written. I had these guys, they didn't play safe. They wrote a wonderful, dark parody. Blood, guts, sexual references. Just absolutely wonderful. Just a lot of fun to be on for an actor to be able to consciously on purpose, slightly overact for the effect of the parody.
Sounds awesome, man. When will it be coming out? Like, what was your favorite thing about shooting too with that?
It was just so much fun. These guys, the director, the writer, and the producers, they just didn't take themselves too seriously. So it was just, it's just fun. And to be able to, say dialogue like that, it was just so much fun for me.
I'm looking forward to seeing some of it. Is it going to go to DVD?
Well, there's so much special effects, right? And CGI that it's probably a year and a half away, but they shot it in black and white, film noir style.
Awesome.
Oh,
nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the DOP was just incredible. He created this amazing 50s feeling with the lighting. And I look at some of I don't really like watching myself back on the monitor. I mean, I have to learn how to do it because it just, it is a benefit. But I would look at some of the takes and the lighting was, oh my God, this is just incredible what they're creating.
That's really so. Like when you went back, like after you would get done doing like a scene or something, you'd go over and like watch what they had on a monitor a little bit and
Yeah,
kind of get a vibe for what was going on. And
yeah, exactly.
that's awesome, man. That's going to be really cool. Like I love film noir type. I like it when they do it on shows. Every once in a while, like a show would do like a stand where they shoot one in black and white. Like Supernatural did it. Sunny in Philadelphia did a funny one where Charlie was the, obviously the janitor detective thing. Always love those film noir feel.
I love crazy dialogue too.
Yeah, crazy dialogue, and it sounds like that's going to be all of that.
Well, one of the through line themes was a public masturbator. This is. It's in a small town where we shot it called Marlow. And there's this public masturbator that runs the entire movie until, of course, he gets destroyed, ripped apart by vampire zombies. But
Nice.
that they filmed, and they used an actor, God, what's his name? Lloyd somebody, but he's got like 800 credits on IMDb. He's been around forever.
Wow.
He's invited to Comic-Con. He's just been an incredible movie actor. He's in his 80s now. So, of course, he's the public masturbator.
Wouldn't be Christopher Lloyd, would it?
No.
I'm sure not.
Okay, I was going to say, man, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Which I have seen him, like, in, some movies that are off the beaten path, like Piranha. He was in Piranha.
Yes, that was funny.
I was very surprised. I was watching. I was like, man, is that Christopher Lloyd? I was like, what the hell? That's awesome though, man. It kind of puts you in the sense of the streak. You ever see Ray Stevens? It was an old musician back in the day. He would do funny songs, and he had a song called "The Streak." You ever hear that?
No.
Man.
Lloyd Kaufman.
Lloyd
That's
Kaufman.
Yeah.
Did you say 800 credits?
Pretty much. It's huge the amount of work he does.
Man.
He's done everything. He's been in the business forever.
He must love it.
Oh, yeah. 872 credits.
872. Wow. Damn.
If I was on that number, I'd want to hit 1,000.
Right? On pace for that. How many you got right now? You have a good bit of credits right now?
What's that?
How many credits do you have total?
Something in the 70s.
That's a lot still.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Hang on, I gotta silence my phone. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
Are you hearing that dingle thing?
No.
I ain't hearing nothing.
Mm-mm.
Oh, good. Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about being on the set for Suicide Squad?
Yeah, that was the original. 2015, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And David Ayer did it, and I just loved working with this guy because to be around, to have access to that kind of money, the creativity, what they could do in terms of creating was just incredible. And in the audition, and of course, keep in mind this is a lot of years, 4 years before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a lot of in-person auditions, and in this case, I was invited to audition, and then invited for a callback, and David Ayer was in the room. And I just remember feeling the guy's power. It was just wonderful to be around him. And I get a call from my agent. He says, okay, so you booked this, and I said, well, what is it? He says, well, we don't know yet. So I tell my son, because what they do often with auditions, or they used to, the big stuff, is give it a different name, because they don't want it on social media.
So you didn't even know right away that you got the gig on Suicide Squad.
No. I tell my son this other name, and he says, Dad, you idiot. That's Suicide Squad. And it was like, well, how do you know that? He says, well, you just have to know that. I know. So it was incredible because we actually got the second day, my agent called me back and said, "We want you in for another day. There's some scenes that have been added." So, hey, yeah, no problem. This is fantastic. And on the second day, actually on the first day, I met a guy by the name of Hayden Devine. And he's a great Canadian actor. He's been in the business his whole life. And when I realized I was shooting with him, my first thought was, okay, I'm going to plant my ass right next to this guy. Because I want to learn, and he's getting screen time.
Right.
He's going to get a lot more than I am, so I want to learn from this guy. So I plant myself next to him. It's a scene where there's the big, huge table. Remember the Office scene where the sorceress is revealed for the first time?
I think so. I've only seen that movie like one time myself, and I thought it was really cool. Chad, you saw that movie a couple times probably, didn't you?
Where the Enchantress is revealed for the first time. And we're all sitting around this, 20 or 30 foot long table. There's got to be like 40 people in the room. Because it's, it's a serious situation.
Mm-hmm.
And these meta-humans are going to fuck the world, blah, 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 blah.
And you were a Navy one-star admiral in this, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm sitting next to Aiden Devine, and everything's wonderful. And that's day one. So we go back for day two, and for some reason I ended up on the set again, and I see David Ayer at his keyboard typing, and I'm thinking, okay, I want to learn something. So I sneak up behind him and look over his shoulder, and I see he's writing, like he's fucking writing for Suicide Squad. I'm like, well, you can't do that. Like, what the hell, man? These scripts are blocked and blah, blah, blah. Then I realized after he was the writer, he could do whatever he wanted.
Shit. So he was on set. On set writing.
Yeah. And that was the scene we did.
That's awesome.
I mean, we all had, there was six of us, I think, who had speaking roles. And basically, what that scene was about was, remember when the city's being blown to shit?
Yeah.
The army can't do anything and blah, blah, blah. And so we're all, losing our shit, basically, in that scene. So it didn't make the cut, that scene. You know how scenes are cut.
Right.
Right.
It's in the special features.
The thing I remembered was Viola Davis was coming. That was her scene where she announces, talks about the metahumans with David Harbour as well. And this woman, for the rest of my life, I will be a fan. Just enormous gratitude, loving, grateful human being to be on that set.
I love her. She's a great actress.
Star. Yes, exactly, right? Just this incredible human being, graceful, and filled with gratitude to be there. And I never forgot that.
Who do you think's like the biggest actor or actress that you've been on set with before? Like Peter told us a really funny story about Liv Shriver being on set with him, and he was asking for knock jokes for his kids and stuff, and we got a kick out of that. That was pretty funny.
It would have to be that with Viola Davis.
Yeah, she's pretty big.
Levine was just starting out. She was in the scene as well.
And you've done a lot of shorts that were like, were they Stephen King shorts?
I did $2 baby shorts.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, 2019, called Big Wheels.
Which looked awesome. Previews to that was great.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed when I saw the end result. For me, it felt safe. And the story, if you didn't know it, didn't make sense. Because for me, and I was so adamant about this, when you shoot something like this, you have to shoot it as if somebody doesn't know the story.
Mm-hmm.
So it turned out, the cinematography was just incredible. It was beautiful.
Yeah, like it looked wonderfully shot from the previews. I remember seeing the previews when you were doing that.
And then we shot another one called Mutes. That's 2 years ago now. Yes.
And that one, you won a bunch of awards for that, right?
Yeah. This is really, really good.
When's that?
This is mine, so you can't really get a lot of cinematography if you've got no money.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Will we ever be able to watch that? Can you still hear us? Can you hear us, Andrew?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I thought we were losing you for a second. I thought it might have cut out on us.
Yeah, me too. Are we okay?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. The thing with Dollar Baby shorts, because it's Stephen King's creativity, is you can never make money from them, and you can never show more than 2 minutes publicly online.
Oh. So it's got to be like a screening, like an in-person screening, or festivals?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, festivals and in-person screenings. And what we actually did was have a screening in Toronto, private screening. We paid for it. We paid for the theater rental, everything, so that there was no money being made on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I was just so impressed with it. I hired a press agent and a woman called Rebecca, a film festival doctor, and she curated a list of film festivals because when I started to look up film festivals, it's like, fuck me, I know nothing about this.
Mm-hmm.
This is, and I know it's business, and I know a bunch of them are shit. I know that I'm not going to really enter the top tier festivals because these are corporate entities that make their decisions primarily from the distributors and the alumni and the names attached. But I didn't really know anything about the process of film festivals. So I hired this woman. She curated a list based on her expertise. That's what she does. She understands the film festival circuit completely.
That's awesome.
So we got into some good festivals, and she was very honest because I said from the very beginning, look, it's 22 minutes and whatever seconds that is long. She said yes, and it is going to deter some festivals because of the length. No matter how good it is, they want to program more.
So what are they looking for? Like something that's like minutes or something, or
10 to 15, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
10 to 15, man. Well, you got to be real sharp with it. 10 to 15 minutes to get every free kind of acts in that amount of time.
It was really, it's been an amazing journey with this. The education that I paid for, I'm very grateful for because I've learned now so much more about how the film festival market works and why you just don't enter. I will never enter Sundance, ever, because I'm not famous. I have no name, not an alumni, and I've learned how all these things work. So I'm very grateful because when I do a short film now, instead of just throwing it at film festivals, I have an asset who will curate lists for me. I'm actually going down to Show Low, Arizona, second week in October to pick up some more awards for Mute.
Awesome. So it was that's in America, right? I mean, they're doing it everywhere then.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's 3 hours outside of Phoenix.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
And what they say is, look, you won an award, but we're not going to tell you what it is, and you're not getting it if you don't show up.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
So, all right, fine. I've been to Phoenix in, maybe 10 years now. So no problem. This is fantastic. I'll come down.
Wonder how hot it's going to be around that time.
Interesting, because it's in the mountains, so it apparently gets pretty cool at night.
Yeah, that's going to be different, man. I've never been out west myself. I've only pretty much been up and down the East Coast here in America.
I've been to Oklahoma.
Yeah, like, I've been to, New York several times. I mean, I was born in Jersey and stuff. So going to New York was like, jump, skip, and a hop. It really wasn't nothing. And then Florida, Florida's someplace you got to see at least once. I mean, it's beautiful.
I lived in Kansas too.
Yeah, Andy's been around a little bit.
Oh yeah, my father was in the military, so we moved back and forth a lot.
He was an Army brat.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That dry heat's different.
Yeah, it is. So what's next on the plate for you, man? What do you got going on?
Well, I'm actually shooting something in a town called St. Mary's, Ontario, which is 2.5 hours northwest of Toronto.
Nice.
And it's called Cry of Silence. And it's indie feature, low budget, but the director has been in the business, for 1,000 years. He understands the Canadian market completely. His wife writes the scripts. He's got a team that's incredible, and they all work together. And a lot of them are from St. Mary's, so they know each other. And he gets the town of St. Mary's engaged in what he does. He uses them as extras, invites them on the set. It's really incredible. So I'm shooting that. I've got my last day next Tuesday.
It sounds like a thriller or something, right?
Actually, it's a police drama where the cops are hunting for this serial killer.
Nice.
Awesome.
And the wife gets kidnapped. The lead gets kidnapped, and her husband, of course, is freaking out. So it's a lot of it is about their relationship, the relationship of the husband's boss and his wife. So it's it's very well written. I shot with this guy named Alan Cool last year, and he shot his first feature. And when I say first feature, keep in mind he's been in the entertainment business since the 60s.
Damn.
He just didn't direct, but he completely understands how the government works in terms of, Telephone Canada. He understands how the system works. He was an inventor, and he, the headphones, the headsets that football players use.
Yeah.
He invented those.
Damn.
It was his patent.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Like the ones that are on the sidelines or the ones inside the helmets?
Both.
Both.
So, and other stuff. I mean, the guy is extremely intelligent about the patents. It did something also for the NHL in Canada, Hockey Night in Canada. Invented some thing they used for communication. So he's always been in the business, but he just decided to do this finally. And he's shooting about one a year. He's got 5 or 6 planned. And the first one he shot last year was nominated for the Canadian Screen Awards, which, it's the equivalent to the Oscars on a much, much smaller scale. So it's the acknowledgement of Canada, of the Canadian industry, of Canadian work that's being done. So I'm really, really happy to shoot with this guy because he knows how to tell a story.
That sounds like that's going to be really good too, man. I mean, your credits are just going to be piling up here before we know it.
Well, I love it. No place I'd rather be than on set. I've done whatever my credits are on IMDb. There's 3 or 4 times that much that I've actually done. But I just love it. I can't get enough. I will shoot all the time. Yeah,
I mean, when you love something, man, you got to go all in, and you know, when you're doing something you love, it doesn't feel like work. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And especially next week, the last night of the shoot, it's a night shoot.
Ooh.
They're burning down a house that's part of in the script, and they're actually burning it down. So we get to be around real fire, and it's fantastic. None of this CGI fucking bullshit. If I see
That's good.
Yeah, some of that CGI is nuts.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. It just makes me insane. I want to jump into the TV screen and pound the people who did it. It's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
It was so much better back in the day when they would do the real deal, man.
Yeah,
you know?
real makeup and effects.
Absolutely. They blew a car up and they blew the thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when they do it with like the supernatural movies and stuff, like where it's some kind of a, you know, a creature and they pretty much go all CGI. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? Like, you know, like it's 2022. You know, you've got all of this, you know, shit that you could do with makeup. And look at the movies from the 80s, the 90s, and what they did.
Big new puppets. And
Like,
all
I
that.
mean,
yeah,
man.
like mechanical shit.
It just felt so much more real, you know?
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, for me, what technology has done, it's given access to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the entry level, the skill level, just isn't necessary anymore to create.
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, you know, and I've seen like a lot of like me and Manuel De Silva, you know, we were using the site that I was like a member of, and the name of it escapes me here at the moment, man. I had it for like about 2 years where we could go on and download like all kinds of different types of effects to use and special effects and things. And, you know, some of it was really cool and some of it was like, shit, we try to use that, man, we're going to be fucking castrated, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, the instant is not believable anymore. It just pulls us out and it's like, oh, fuck.
Right.
Now I'm starting to judge this instead of just having an experience, right?
Exactly. Like, I'd love to see us get to do Raw Route 76 at some point, man. You know, you are James Mabbitt, man.
Nice.
Yes, that is a good script, right?
You know, Peter said he'd like to get involved with that one too, man, whenever we do it, you know. You know, he might be able to get involved and be you know, play a character in that. And I was like, man, I'd love to do it, you know.
Yeah.
It's on the table, man.
It's so tough, you know, in the indie world to
It is.
just get any kind of money. It's, you know, I live by something. The first time you do something, it's the second time you were going to do it anyway, and the third time is on purpose.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly the truth I've seen with making movies. It's so tough to make the thing and then try to make some fucking money from it.
Right. That's what I think we run into a lot with, you know, the Devil's Diary with me and Manuel's, you know, project there is, you know, people want to give, but at the same time, it's like, you know, they want to know what the returns are going to be. And man, I mean, how do you answer that? You know, like, you know, we hope that the returns are good. You know, obviously that's, you know, the goal. But it's a hard guarantee on that, man. You just don't know.
That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
It's as an investment. Several years ago, I met some guys who just had an incredible team, and he told me at that point, you know, they had done 6 features, and they had each one of them earned maybe 10 or 15,000. That was it.
Huh.
But the bottom line was they earned money, and because of that, they got picked up by some production and distribution company because they had learned how to complete and sell their features.
Yep. Well, it's like that when we did that. Remember when we sent out the letter and everything like that? We put together. Me and Manuel put together a budget, and we he had sent that to this company, Mahal Empires. You know, they're constantly putting movies out and everything. They were looking for something. So remember, you sent them a recommendation letter. We sent them a budget. You know, never heard back from them about Rural Route 76. But it's funny because the next like several movies they put out after that, they used Michael Madsen, Eric Roberts, which were two guys that we had in our budget that we put into the budget for that movie, and how much they cost per day and had it all broke down and everything. So I thought that was slightly ironic. You know what I mean? Like, oh, maybe they're like, oh, okay, shit, those guys are 5,000 a day. Let's go get them.
Yes, yeah. Well, it's the value of a name. And, you know, investors, they simply can't relate to anything else in terms of the industry when they're not in the industry except the name.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when COVID hit, I spent so much time watching Netflix and Amazon. I just used it. You know, I want to educate myself, so I'm going to watch movies. And looking at some of the shit that Eric Roberts puts out.
Yeah. I've got one I still haven't watched. I bought for $5 called the Dead Want Women.
Right. And I realized, so aside from you, either you owe favors and you're letting these people use your name, you show up for one day. Sometimes it's just one scene he's in.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely understand how that works. His name gets distribution.
Yep.
Gets you up on platforms.
Yep.
I get it. I absolutely understand it. That's the value of a name.
Yeah, that's like Malcolm McDowell did that with Manual before, where basically all he did was like a voiceover kind of situation, and came to their, you know, red carpet, you know, premiere, and that was, you know, but his name attached to it was enough to have it up on platforms, get distribution, and that's the game, I guess, isn't it?
Yep, it certainly is.
You know,
and learning how to work, that's very important. That's the it's really why I spent a lot of money. I spent more money on the distribution and the press and the film festival market than I did on the film itself, because the press agent was very good, and she said to me when I talked to her, like, there's a reason certain actors, you see them all the time working. It's because they have press agents who get their names out there all the time. And they're paying those press agents to do that. So it's kind of like the penny dropped when this woman was talking to me, because it's like, okay, right, now I get it. This business, especially at my age, for me, Christ, I'm 60 years old.
would have never known it from the pictures, man.
Thank you.
I showed Andy a picture the other day of you from your IMDb, and you look like a fucking superhero.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
But she put it in perspective. It's business. You can't, especially now, the industry has changed so much. Content is so cheap. You know, on Netflix, when we scroll through it, there's a fucking $1 million movie against a $100 million movie, and I get to pick which one I'm going to watch for $20 a month. Like, Jesus Christ. It's just cheapened everything, right?
Yeah. And it's hard to guess, you know. I mean, is this going to be good? Is this not going to be good? I mean, what, you know, you don't really know going in. You know, what's worth watching, and there's so much. I mean, the volume alone is, you know, it's mind-blowing, mind-numbing, you know, especially if you got more than one platform.
Right.
Know?
So as an actor, what I've realized is I have to be selling myself now all the time, period.
Yep.
In the old days, 20 years ago, actors waited for their agents to call them. And if they started out in their 20s and they were good, they believed in themselves, they hit something, they had good careers. But they were waiting. And tons of actors still do that. You can't. There's too many people doing it. There's too much competition. There is just, the world has completely opened up. We have to sell ourselves all the time.
Right.
Anytime I do a piece of content, now finally, the only thing on my mind is, okay, how am I going to get this thing out there?
Right. Like, how's it gonna? What do you have to do to get it? To the next level, to get it over that fence.
Yeah.
As a writer, it's kind of the same thing too, man.
What's that?
As a writer, it's kind of the same thing too. Like, there's just so many people writing, and like I use a lot of different things, man. Like ISA Network. That's actually where I met Manuel De Silva originally. I use Coverfly and all these different things, and on the ISA, they post these writing gigs. And you apply and you wait, and then they'll put up on there that it's, that they're reviewing it, and it's like, okay, great. All right. They didn't pass, but shit, man, it could be up that, that it's under consideration for months and months and months.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my God. And you can't really message them because it's against protocol,
Yes. Yeah.
It's different, it's different, But there's so many writers out there. It's a lot like, the same thing with the actors, man. There's just so many people doing it. A lot of these people went to college to do this stuff. Myself, man, like, I've kind of done this from the school of, hard knocks, you know what I mean? Trial and error, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what? You come out with a fucking Bachelor of Arts, you go to film school or whatever it is, and you come out and you're $30,000 in debt for that.
Right.
You know what? Jesus Christ. That is, for me, especially if you're an introvert, you don't know how to sell yourself. You're just behind the 8 ball before you even start your career.
And where did yours start at, Andrew? Like, where did this journey start for you? Like, in your acting career? Like, when did you first get into it?
13 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
It was a lifetime dream. I was 6 years old, and my father took me to the original Planet of the Apes.
Oh, nice.
I was just literally scared out of my fucking mind. I mean, remember, this is 68. There'd never been anything like this on the screen.
Right.
Just riding horses. And I'm a little 6-year-old guy. But something inside me went, oh, God, this is what I want. I want to be on the screen.
Yeah. Yep.
But unfortunately, I was just so badly traumatized by my parents. It just fucked me up. It took me a long time to heal myself so that I could actually go after the thing.
So what was the age that you first started in the movies?
46, 47.
Nice.
Hell yeah. And I mean, it's like one of those things though where it's like a fine wine though, man. Like, where it doesn't really matter like when you got into it, as long as you're passionate about it like you are.
Yeah.
Like, because you have a look, you know what I mean? And your look is good for so many roles.
A lot of those, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Thank you.
Well,
I mean, I can't see anything but, great things coming for you, man.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Did you get yourself a 6-pack so you could have a beer with us, me and the boys?
Well, I'm doing a fucking cleanse.
Oh, oh man.
I started it before you asked me to do this.
See, when we want to do a cleanse, we just drink Natty Light, man. And then we be shitting through a screen door,
I understand, but I'm just for the next 2 months, I'm off alcohol and white sugar and fucking fermented food and meat.
That sucks.
Pretty intense.
Good for your body, though.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean that's it, right? I want to preserve my health.
Is it like a calorie thing too? Like you got to keep so many, like only consume so many calories, or?
No, I don't. I used to think like that until my appendix blew. I was 10 years ago,
Damn.
Man.
and I decided, the healthcare system sounds better here, but seriously, it's just completely fucked up. In the hospital, I'm in the hallway because they don't have a bed for me. So all night long, I'm, in fucking agony. Nurses banging past me like I'm not even human. And I made a decision. I'm never ever going to be out of control like this ever again with what I put in my body. Because it's not fun. These people are not treating me with respect. And feeling like a victim.
Yeah. That's something I've always been afraid of, like an appendix rupture or something. Because I see it happens like all ages of people, man. I'm like, how the hell I've dodged that bullet so far is fucking beyond me. I mean, I live off like chicken wings. I just had chicken wings again today. I've got a problem.
Good for you, man.
I've got a problem, dude.
He's got a wing problem.
He got a wing problem big time.
Everybody knows. Everybody's got their thing, man. That's my thing. You know.
If that's your only problem, Brian, you're doing good.
Yeah, they're gonna bury me with a dozen wings and
some
a
cold
fucking
pack of beer.
Yeah, nice 6-pack of fucking beer.
We'll bury you with some empty bones.
Empty
With
bones.
the skin already off of them.
Yeah, blue cheese and celery, please.
Yeah, blue cheese and salad.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, man. So what's some of your what's your favorite movie or favorite, since we're getting close to Halloween, what's your favorite scary movie of all time?
No, it goes. What's your favorite scary movie?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's very good, man.
Thank you.
I have a lot. The Halloween movies for me were just incredibly well done. Jamie Lee Curtis, when she
Scream Queen.
Oh man, yes.
Yep.
when she made that movie, they thought it would kill her career.
Wow, were they wrong or what?
Exactly, because what they didn't know back then was the impact. Because these were fucking good movies. They weren't digital. They were film. The stories, everything. They were just incredibly well-made stories.
Yep.
So, I've always loved them. And
With that being said, did you like the Rob Zombie versions of them, or did you feel like it was like, too much?
I liked. He did one, didn't he, in 2008 or something?
He did two.
I think he did two of them. Yeah, like he did the first one, and then he did another one. Was the second one, Chad? Was that like a backup, or where backed up, went back to his childhood? Is that how it went, or was it?
I thought the first one.
The first one was like that, I think, and then the last one was the most recent one that.
It was just a continuation of it. The last one wasn't Rob Zombie. It's just a remake.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you know what? His movie, I did like it. It was entertaining. What I liked so much about that horror is that they created sexual tension.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They did it so well, and they mixed that with the horror, the tits, and the blood, and the guts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good story and really, really good filming, and that's why I loved that series.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, I just saw X.
Oh yeah, I've got that.
Oh, I've been meaning to
X.
freaking watch
Have you
that,
seen
man.
it?
I have, man. Yeah.
What's X?
It's tell them a little bit about it, Andrew.
Well, okay, no spoilers, but it's one of the best movies I've seen in a long, long time.
Huh.
I've been wanting to see it.
Well, it's shot like what, like a 1970s movie, right?
I
Yeah,
completely
and
forgot about it.
It's about these porn guys. They go and they shoot on this farm, and the story is so brilliantly told. The cinematography, the timing of some of those shots, the setup and the payoff in this movie, and the underlying need,
Mm-hmm.
whether you're 85 or whether you're 15, for connection.
Yep.
It was just absolutely brilliantly told and fucking creepy.
Creepy,
I
man.
can't believe I forgot.
Yeah.
I've been
watching
wanting to
some
see
of the
that.
scenes, and I was like, "What the fuck, man? What am I supposed to feel? I've seen a gazillion movies. I was just uncomfortable in my seat watching this.
Yep.
It was absolutely brilliantly done.
Yeah, like I really like when I went into watching that, I really didn't know what to expect. Like, like I knew what it was, kind of. You know what I mean? I knew what I saw. As far as like the film quality, to where it looked like it was retro, like the older movies. I dug it. I'm like, great. But I didn't really know, who the bad guy is. Is this a creature? Is this just a person? And then when I watched it, I'm like, oh shit.
I saw the preview. I know Kid Cudi's in it, and I think
Yeah.
there's an actress I know that's in it too.
Very fucking cool.
It
though.
looked really cool.
Very cool.
I haven't saw it yet. I'll probably watch it.
Wait, hold on a second. I got the actress and actors. Maria Goth,
Okay, yeah.
Jonah Ordich, Orja. I don't know.
Shit, I'd probably butcher it too, buddy.
Yeah.
There's too many.
Yeah. But I mean, it was, man, it was really something else. Now, there was
I
a
just have
Jenna
ahead.
Ortega was the one.
Ortega.
Or Brittany
Ortega.
Ortega. That and Brittany Snow.
yeah. But yeah, so that was
What
you
I-
like
what-
that then, man.
to write like that to just be able to carry 20 different threads and bring them to a conclusion that is emotionally satisfying, because it's so incredibly hard to create something as complex as a movie and make it emotionally satisfying for people.
I'll have to check that movie out.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it, man. Like
I was excited when I saw the previews, and I totally forgot about it.
I tell you, there's another one. Do you like like horror comedies? You know what I mean? Like Shaun of the Dead, that type genre, Cooties.
Yeah, I do.
There's one that
I
you got to
actually
check
tried-
out then, man. It's called Final Cut Girls.
I saw it.
What'd
Yes.
you think of that? Was that cool or what, man? That was awesome, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And I saw one, I don't know, Danish or Swedish, whatever, with Numi Rapace, called The Trip. And this thing, again, is just fucking brilliant. And it is horror comedy, and it is dark.
I'm gonna have to check
but
that out.
It's so well done.
Was that newer, or is that like a newer one?
Yeah, quite current.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. 'Cause
Sure.
I don't think I've seen that yet, but I love horror comedy movies, man. Tucker and Dale, or
So good.
like Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah.
Did you see that one with the guys? It had that whole where it's like these college kids are going to the typical cabin in the woods to go party, camping and all this shit, and they're going to do all these different things. And there's these guys that are just regular old, guys that had a cabin in the woods. They're just good friends, and just by circumstances of shit that keeps happening, these kids think that those guys are trying to kill them, and the kids in turn are killing each other off by accident. Yeah, it's
When that
wonderful.
stuff is done well, I love it.
Me too.
Bad Milo's another good one.
Bad Milo. Yeah, fucking A. I forgot about that one. You seen that one, Andrew? Bad Milo?
No, I'm just IMDbing The Trip 2021.
2021.
Oh, okay.
What?
They give it a TV mature rating, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? The blood and the guts and the sexual references in this?
Is there subtitles in that?
There might be. I think there is, because it's Swedish or something.
Right.
Oh, man, I'm gonna have to watch it, but that always hurts me, man, because I've got I think I'm ADHD or some shit where I want to just watch the movie. If I got to watch and read at the same time, I'm fucked.
I don't mind subtitles, but I just was curious though.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've seen some good ones with subtitles, man, but it's hard for me to do both. You know what I mean? I either want to watch the fucking movie or I want to read a book. What are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. I don't like watching subtitles, but I had to broaden my horizons during COVID.
I feel that because there's a lot of good movies with subtitles.
Wow,
Good,
Indian movies,
good films.
Chinese movies,
Yeah.
Yep.
Korean
The
movies.
Korean ones are really coming of age now, man.
Korean ones that have been good for a while.
Yeah.
Well, they're so raw when they're done right. They're brutal about how people treat each other.
Yeah. Like that Train to Busan, like I haven't seen that yet, but I heard it was pretty damn good, you know?
Which one?
It's Train to Busan or something like that.
Incredible. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. Because they have a different, what we were talking about with Manny. Do you remember this? The Christian moral-based shit.
Yep.
The Hallmark mentality.
Yep.
And the Koreans, no. They don't do any of that. This is how people treat each other, and we are going to show this.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're spot on.
Yeah.
There's no black or white. The cultures are way too old for black and white.
It's pretty much it is what it is, and this is what it is, and you're gonna see it.
The trip is Norwegian with subtitles.
Norwegian, okay. Do you know what platform it's on by chance?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix?
Oh,
Okay, perfect.
I'm sure it's in Netflix USA. It really is a brilliant movie.
Have you ever?
The acting
Oh,
is unbelievable.
I'm gonna let the boys rip into some questions here, and you guys got some questions here that you want to ask Andrew?
What's one of your favorite Canadian movies?
Oh God.
Does that to everybody, man. He hits them out of left field with one, and they're like, "Oh, fucking guy."
Well, I mean, I've seen a few of them, but I mean,
Okay, wait. I'll answer that in a second. But do you know there's a Canadian star system?
really?
No.
Didn't know that.
This is how ignorant I was of my own industry. So several years ago, I fucking learned there's a Canadian star system. It's like, Jesus Christ, how can I be that retarded? But you know what? It's Canada, and it's a lot of the times there's this sense of inferiority to the American movie industry because what America still does better than anything is promote. That's what America does.
This is true.
It promotes itself. It just knows how to do that. And so when you hear the word Canadian indie, it's like, oh fuck, it's from Canada.
Well, Canada's beautiful too, though. Like I've been wanting to visit. Everybody thinks it's always cold. There's a lot of beautiful landscape there.
Yeah. So listen, Clara, Clara.
That sounds familiar.
It's one of my favorite Canadian movies. It's for me, it was a very, very beautiful. Just basically about how love transcends time and space. And this was, it was reasonably low budget, but it was just a beautiful, beautiful story about humans connecting to the universe, other life, is there other life out there, and how that question is answered.
So it sounds like it's smartly done.
What's that beeping sound? Is that me?
No, that was my kid sending me something on my phone. I don't know what the hell he just texted me. What the? You watch any kind of like hockey? You a hockey guy?
Yeah, I did before COVID. I grew up playing and then I stopped for 40 years. I started in 2007 or 2008, played for 10 years. And then
Oh wow!
Stopped. I loved hockey growing up, and loved playing it as an adult. Beer league, of course, right?
Yeah.
Playing, we drink beer. That's the whole point.
Well, hell yeah.
But I stopped. For me now, I stopped watching because I couldn't stand the fucking faces
Oh yeah.
and the ridiculous, just the typically bad handling of a new situation. I couldn't stand it. This bullshitting, like treating people like they're just stupid.
Yeah.
And I just stopped. And then since COVID, it's come back now, and it's so corporate, I just can't stand it anymore.
Yeah,
they're vehicles for advertisements. So I just don't watch it anymore. There's no flow anymore because every fucking time the whistle blows, there's an ad. And it makes me crazy. So
yeah, the NFL's got its issues and stuff too anymore, man. Where I mean, it's gotten so political.
2 minutes. Oh, it's just
2-minute warning. Yeah.
They poorly did the COVID.
I'm done with sports on TV.
I wish I could say the same, man, but I'm a sucker for football.
I can't
Like,
stop.
I can't stop.
Football and basketball, I can't stop.
Yeah, that's one of my other little vices I have, man. I don't care who's playing in the NFL, I'll watch it.
Except for the damn Steelers.
Well, I'll watch the Steelers too, Andy. I ain't fucking rooting for them.
Yeah,
Hey, now.
I'll watch them stick you up.
But see, that's the difference because there's such a connection to sports teams in the States, right? I mean, this stuff goes back 100 years in baseball, right? I mean,
Yep.
that kind of a connection is so beautiful because there's a history to it.
Yep.
What America used to be like, right?
Yeah, and like the home run chase, man, like that was like some serious shit with Mark McGwire and Sosa when they were chasing a home run record.
But then to find
It
out,
turns out they're both fucking
on
cheating.
steroids.
I'm like, who cares? Shoot them up again, man. They were knocking them out the fucking park. This is great. But yeah, ruined it all though. Once they found out that they were cheating in different ways, and
Hopefully Aaron Judge is
yeah,
not on the juice.
Yeah, that would suck, man. He breaks Babe Ruth's record. And,
Right. Yeah.
I think he was on track to beat Roger Maris.
I'm just tired of hearing about all the rules being broken in baseball. That's the oldest game there is in American pastime, and it's made off of cheating.
Right. They used to cheat all the time.
Yeah,
that was part of the game.
Yeah.
But and then
And technology has made everything. The balls, everything. So distances.
Yep.
So technical now.
Yeah, it's so different, man. It is. It really is. I mean, Babe Ruth would go out, smoke cigarettes, drink beer, show up, knock him out the park. You know what I mean? Like, but he was doing it with, if he had the stuff they had today, I mean, what kind of player would he have been, or would he have even been? You know what I mean?
Right.
He was a hell of a player.
Right, but would we have ever had, Babe Ruth if this is how baseball was back then? We don't know.
Right. Yeah. With everybody else.
Right.
He wouldn't have been found. He wouldn't have been scouted because he would have been just wrong.
Right.
He would have been wrong for the numbers and the stats. Moneyball. Did you guys see Moneyball?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
That's an old movie.
I love the story behind it, like the whole numbers aspect of it.
I haven't seen it.
I heard about it.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Jonah Hill's great. I do love Jonah Hill.
Yeah, he's a comedian.
That guy's a pisser, man.
I just love like the whole analytics behind it and all that.
Have you ever seen This Is the End?
Was Jonah Hill in that?
Yes.
Yep. Seth Rogen.
They all play themselves.
Yeah, James Franco. They all play themselves in an apocalyptic time. That's one of my favorite of the horror comedy era.
Yeah, it was. They're such good actors. For me, some of it fell flat because it felt it was trying too hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of it was pretty extreme.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, very, very entertaining.
Well, Andrew, man, we're about to run out of time here. We got about 40 seconds here to go. I really appreciate you coming on.
One more question.
Bullshit with the boys here. Andy's got one more. I'll have to time it right though, so I can start another recording because it only lets us go at 30 minutes a pop. So give me just 1 second here, and I'll start it back here. We'll get Andy's question. All right, Andy, let it ride.
Do you think you ever go to Hollywood to be a movie star in Hollywood?
That is such a great question, Andy. It was always the dream.
Well, you never can give up on your dreams, though. You gotta keep on going after them.
What has changed is that I can have an unbelievable career in Toronto. I can hit a serious lead in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And in Georgia, actually Georgia is now bigger than LA.
Oh, wow.
A lot of films being made in Georgia.
It really is. The terrain's different.
The government, again, what they did is Schwarzenegger was just an incredibly smart human being.
Yes, he was.
Welcomed the industry. He knew this is worth billions of dollars. But it's become so incredibly hard to shoot because of liability, because of insurance, because of the cost in California. Production companies just said, fuck you, we're going to move. We're going to find some place where they give us good tax benefits.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they did. That's why they shoot. Toronto is insane with the amount of shooting going on.
That's why the movies are shooting in West
Government's
Virginia.
smart. They recognize, here's a, 30 or whatever percent tax credit. Plus your dollars adds another 30 cents, right? On that dollar. So it's just incredibly cheap to shoot here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, LA is a little bit tainted now.
Yeah.
In terms of, just the dream, the idea of what it used to represent. I would love to shoot there. Do I have to move there? No, to answer your question.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, see, West Virginia, on the same topic of what you said there, West Virginia did a change a few years back. Where basically if you spend $100,000, making a movie in West Virginia, it ends up being a tax write-off. So
see, that's just good business. That's smart, right?
Yeah. Total incentive. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus we have our landscape because what was happening before, man. We had these movies that were supposed to take place in West Virginia, and they were being filmed in North Carolina. Or California, and it's like, come on, what the fuck? It's supposed to be a West Virginia movie, and then you're like, wait a minute, it wasn't even filmed in West Virginia. So that was how they countered that.
They do that with a lot of movies, though. But yeah,
like We Are Marshall, the planes that went down.
That was a beautiful movie.
Yeah,
right?
Yes, it was.
But most of it was shot, outside of West Virginia.
Yes. Yeah.
I got a question too.
All right, Chad, let it ride.
I know you're like into like films, but do you ever get into animation? And what's some of your animation that you like animated shows?
Are you saying acting in it as voiceover
or just like animated shows or even adult animation movies?
What do you mean, like whether he
What
wants
you mean,
to act
voice?
in it,
Yeah.
or
if he liked them?
Yeah.
Well, South Park is genius.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
That's a given.
Family Guy, Archer, I like.
Love it.
I love Archer.
Beavis head.
That's Andy's favorite.
Right, absolutely. So yeah, that's the kind of animation I'm into.
We got a guy that's going to be coming on. He's not our next episode, but the one after that actually just put together his own animated horror movie that he wrote it, directed it, and, animated it, edited it. He did all this stuff, and I got to do a sneak preview of it and check it out, and he really fucking knocked it out the park, man. So I'd like to introduce you to him.
I would love that.
I mean, maybe we could do something, man. Like maybe even if we did Royal Route 76 first as an animated movie and let you put James Mabbitt out there that way, as that character, man. I mean, I think you could do it. Have you ever done anything like that before?
No, it would be a first.
Well, let's try to make that happen, man. Let's try to, I'll introduce you to him. His name's Sam Solario, and he's a very cool guy, very, very talented man. And after what I saw that he could do, his capabilities of how he did what he did, I'm like, man, this kid's good. And, we get the right people, together, we could really do something fucking, that can leave a mark.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm all for it.
That'll be awesome, man. Andrew, man, I can't thank you enough for coming on with us and giving us your time, man. And I know I told you it was going to be a half hour. We've kept you for longer than that.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
My pleasure. I love talking with you guys. It's
Yeah.
great to meet all of you. Ryan, we've spoken before, but you, Andy, and who's the other one?
Chad.
Just Chad.
Yeah. Nice talking with both of you.
You too.
Most definitely.
It's been great, man. It's been a lot of fun. And, we'd love to have you on, from time to time to talk about what you're working on and, and just,
what your new and upcoming movies that
right.
you
Yeah.
got coming out.
Yeah. And just to talk to you again. I mean, about, stuff you're watching and your knowledge, man. You've got such a knowledge for the craft and the industry. It's a pleasure speaking with you, man, and giving us this chance to have you on here.
Thank you. I really appreciate you having me on. Can you send me a link for this thing?
Yeah.
Your website or wherever it is. I want to listen to it.
I will, man. Yeah, as soon as this, once it's all done, I'll get the pictures and all that stuff from you, piece it all together. It'll be into basically a video form at that point where they'll hear us all talking. You'll see the video of basically just pictures of you while you're on there. And that'll be on YouTube, and it'll also be on our Facebook page, Whiskey Weenies Wednesdays podcast. And I'll send you all the links and all that shit as soon as we get out of here, man.
That's fantastic. Thanks. It was great talking with you guys.
All right, Andrew, man. I'll talk to you soon, and thanks again, brother.
My pleasure.
All right, man. Talk soon. That was Andrew B. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Great guy, man. Another one in the books here. Whiskey Weenies Wednesdays. And, man, that was fucking fun.
Hell yeah, it was.
That was great.
It was awesome.
Great talking with him.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of Andrew, man?
Great personality and a very talented individual.
Yeah. I agree on that statement.
Yeah, his knowledge of what he, the film industry and what he talks about and stuff was, he really gets it. He fucking gets it, and he's very raw. You know what I mean? That was one of the things I liked about him. How raw. He's just very down to earth, man. Like him and Peter, man. Jesus Christ, I feel like we could have talked to the guys forever.
Oh,
yeah. We could talk to him for hours, dude.
Maybe that's a Canadian thing.
Most definitely. Like, it felt like it's so easy to talk to both of them.
Yeah. Jennifer's interview was great, too. That was great, too. But, man, like Andrew and Peter, man, I feel like maybe it's a Canadian thing. We could just talk to them forever, man. Like, they're just open, honest.
Or maybe it's just like, well, it's open and honest, but, the film aspect of it and how you can just talk about movies forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's our show, man. That was Whiskey Weenies Wednesdays, and we thank you all for joining us. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah, we'll be back again next week.
Next week will be a whole nother show. We got a lot going on, man.
There will be.
He's going to be next week.
Next week, we have a local artist, Too Slick. He's going to be on here and rapping a little something for us, I think. And we'll play some of his music, talk to him about how he got going. And there's going to be a lot more. We'll see what happens, man.
Nice.
Most definitely.
All right. We're out.
Take care.
So long, Weenies.